What's going on, guys? Dino here, back with another vlog, and today, as some of you requested, I am going to go more in detail on the 2019-2020 ZX6R cluster. We're going to really touch on mostly the quick shifter, the Kawasaki quick shifter that comes stock standard on the ZX6R now, the last few years. I'm going to go through on how seamless and how good it works, as well as we'll touch on some of the other instrumentals that come stock standard on a ZX6R. Stay tuned.
I want it, I like it, I buy it. I told her she gotta come try it. They wondering what I've been doing. I told them I'm keeping it quiet. I pull up, you know I be moving. Whipping the foreign, I'm cruising. The money I'm speaking is fluent. All of my business booming. Stacking my cash in abundance. All of my family funded. Finally got what I wanted. Life is amazing, I love it. Everyone know that I run it, yeah.
Alright guys, so we're on the 2019 ZX6R. You can see it from the first person point of view here. We're going to put the key into the ignition. We're going to turn it on. There we go. Cluster is on now. Straighten out the bars. And this is exactly what you'll see when you turn on your 2019-2020 ZX6R. Check engine light. It's always going to come on when you turn the bike on. You have your neutral. It'll let you know if you're in neutral here, as well as here. This will let you know which gear you're in. You know, neutral 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You have your clock down here. Of course, you have your tachometer. Complete fuel gauge. It's going to let you know when you're full all the way down to empty. Up here, I have 271 miles on the odometer. So we're getting there. I bought the bike with 0 miles. And as we go down here, this is where it gets pretty cool. So of course, it's going to let you know if you have issues with your oil. That's the oil light down here. This is going to let you know, and you can toggle through. So if you guys look over here, right on the left-hand handlebar, there's a few different options here. This is really what we're going to look at. So you have your up, your down, and your select button, okay? This is what's going to let you toggle through the different options on your cluster, okay? Now, what I've learned as I've been using this bike for the last month or so. It's pretty cool. You can see how hot or how warm your engine's getting. I was on the bike for a few hours earlier today, so it's actually still pretty warm. Really, you know, when you warm up the bike, you'll see it'll start really around 120, 130 degrees Fahrenheit. And then when you start getting on the bike and it gets real warm, it'll actually go all the way up to about 200, 215 degrees Fahrenheit. All the air, of course, is going into the air ram induction system that's in the front of the bike, and you'll see that temperature come down drastically when you start moving. Really, 3 different things I want to touch on is the power mode, which I touched on my last video, but we're going to go a little bit more in depth. So there's 2 different power modes. There are 4 different traction control modes on this bike. And then now, I've seen a lot of other people make videos first hopping on a 2019-2020 Kawasaki ZX6R for the first time, and they hear or read online that it's got the quick shifter, and they start going, they're in first, second gear, and all of a sudden, you know, they go to try to just pop up into third, fourth, fifth gear without going down on the clutch, and it's not going anywhere. It's just getting stuck. And you hear, oh, wait, I know this bike has a quick shifter. I've never used a quick shifter before. You know, what's the deal? What's really going on? After doing research and reading the manual that came with the bike, I realized, and all of you will realize if you haven't already, on the 2019-2020 Kawasaki ZX6R, you have to turn on the quick shifter. It's not always on. You have to turn it on, and you can turn it off. When it's on, it is amazing. You will never want to use a clutch to shift up again. So when you look up here, right, it's got the 2 different power modes. It says power on top. It's got the F here. If we go down here, what we'll do is we'll hit select once. Now that F, which stands for full power, is going to start to blink rather. So now you can, if you go over here, right, you toggle down once, it's going to go to L, which is the low mode, which is going to give you 80% of your power. So if you want to go into low mode, you know, maybe it's wet outside, or you have a friend that's new at riding, or maybe you're new at riding, go to low mode. It's going to give you plenty of power still, but it's not going to be over the top. I'm going to leave mine in full mode. Again, I'm going to hit select again. Now it's going to toggle to the traction control. If you look right above where it says the number 2, it's going to say KTRC, Kawasaki Traction Control, right? It's in 2 right now. You can go down to or you can go up rather to 3. That's going to be the maximum amount of traction the bike can offer. It will pretty much try to glue your tire to the rope. If we click it again here, we're going to go back down to 2. Then you can go to 1, right? And then, so that's pretty much the lowest traction control mode that you can have. And then, boom, we can turn it off, right? And it's just gonna let the wheel fly. The thing that I really wanna touch on here, next to where it says KTRC, which is the traction control mode, now, when we go over here and we hold the select button for more than 2 seconds and we let go, there we go, KQS, Kawasaki Quick Shifter. Came right up next to all of the other modes that are on there. Now the quick shifter's on. This is the issue that I was having before, and I've seen other people who were just test riding the bike in other videos. It was not on, and that's the reason why it wasn't working. In the manual, it states when you're doing more than 2,500 RPM, quick shifter will pretty much work seamlessly. If you want to go traditional, of course, you can leave it off. If you want to go fast and you want to race your friends and have some fun on the highway, the quick shifter is the way to go. This is what separates this bike, that and other things from the other 600s that are on the market. Here, so the quick shifter's on, right? For you guys who are new at riding bikes, don't really know what a quick shifter is, what it means is, again, I touched on it a little bit earlier, instead of going down on the clutch to shift up at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, boom, 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 you can forget the clutch. All you have to do, you're supposed to do, is be on the throttle. Like I said, you really want to probably be around 6,000 or better RPMs. When you're on the throttle going, you just shift up. You will not even realize that you're shifting. It literally will just kick into gear seamlessly. Guys, I'm telling you, take a look at that cluster. It's really advanced. I would say it's much more advanced than some of the other bikes that have been out previously, especially in the last few years. There's no other bike that comes stock with a quick shifter. Now it's got the traction control. It's got the power modes. You know, other bikes have power modes and stuff like that. It's got the fuel gauge, which other bikes don't. Guys, I just really wanted to touch base on that because I thought it was pretty important. I didn't really know too much when I was talking in my other video, and I really wanted to get back to you guys to put a really informative video out. I'm super excited. I ordered a bunch of parts for this beast, and they're supposed to be here in the next few days. So I hope you guys stay tuned. Thanks for watching, guys. Like and subscribe for more content exactly like this video. We have a bunch of new videos that are going to be coming out. I have a ton of parts on the way for this beast here, the 2019 ZX6R. Going to be making a bunch of review and installation videos. Again, like, subscribe, smash that like button, and stay tuned. Dino out!